audience.
Thank you very much, Kim. And what we want to do right now is focus on the next several days. I know Monday's a huge day for everyone if you have the day off and you're celebrating the long weekend. For Monday in particular, it's not a washout of a day. Temperatures are exactly where they should be for this time of year and feeling a little bit warmer when you factor in the humidity. So feeling like the low 30s, not too uncomfortable. But there is this cold front sinking south. It could produce thunderstorms through cottage country, mostly through the first half of the day, morning into the afternoon. And then it's later in the day here across the GTA toward Kitchener, Waterloo, and Guelph. Biggest threat, like we've seen over the last week or so, heavy amounts of rain. Not everyone is going to see a thunderstorm, but again, the later we get through the day Monday into Tuesday morning, the risk is certainly still there across southern Ontario to see these storms, and then those showers linger into Tuesday morning and then clear out later in the day. Wednesday's not looking like a bad day, and Thursday as well. However, we are looking at temperatures really starting to cool. We should be around 27 degrees at this time of year in Toronto, and you can see Tuesday, Wednesday, even into Thursday, our daytime highs are going to be into the low 20s, and we're going to lose a lot of that humidity, so maybe you prefer the cooler air. So speaking of not trying things at home, here's something you may not want to try on your holiday Monday barbecue. Go to our website, theweathernetwork.com. In the video gallery, there is this great report you should check out. It's about cooking with lava. Let me give you a sneak preview. So it's a very tough kind of thing to get your hands on if you want to try that steak. Again, go to our website, theweathernetwork.com, to check out that story. As far as your holiday Monday barbecues are concerned, the weather is looking pretty decent for most of us. There are showers and thunderstorms across the prairies, and we'll talk a little bit more about that coming up. Toward Atlantic Canada, we're asking you to stay for 20 minutes. In less than 20 minutes in our long ranger, we're going to break down the different paths or tracks that Bertha could potentially take as it makes its way toward Atlantic Canada, and you're going to want to stay with us for that. But we do first have to focus on the potential for active weather, and even as we head into early Monday morning, there's still the potential to see a few thunderstorms across Alberta and southern Saskatchewan in particular, where heavy amounts of rain will be the biggest concern. We're talking 50, locally up to 75 millimeters of rain, because these storms are so slow moving. It'll be a similar story for Monday as well. Alberta, Saskatchewan, toward the Interlake region of Manitoba, the potential is there. But regardless of thunderstorms, we're still looking at showers through the day Monday, especially in through southern Saskatchewan toward the central parts of the province, where 20 millimeters of rain will be possible, and then thunderstorms on top of that. Coming up, we'll talk about the risk for thunderstorms in Ontario. They should stay isolated and non-severe in nature, but it is the long weekend if you have out in this photo near Caledonia. So the potential was there to see funnel cloud activity through the day Sunday. It wasn't very organized, those thunderstorms, but I know for me in the Guelph area, we had our second day of heavy amounts of rain. So we did see these isolated thunderstorms popping up, but temperatures, that was the good news, exactly where they should be at this time of year. Toronto, we got up to about 27 degrees, and we're actually going to stay fairly below seasonal once we get through the holiday Monday. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 20s for daytime highs. But here's our weather maker through holiday Monday. It's that cold front. As it continues to sink south, we're looking at showers and thunderstorms along it. The timing has kind of changed for the GTA. I would not rule out a thunderstorm in the afternoon or a passing shower, but it looks like it's going to be more so later in the day through the evening. Even Monday night into Tuesday morning, we could potentially see those showers and maybe some isolated thunder showers. If you are heading up to the cottage to celebrate the holiday Monday, again, it's going to be earlier in the day when we see those thunderstorms as the cold front sinks south. But there, as I was mentioning, 26 degrees on Monday, feeling like 32, and then we're only seeing daytime highs. This is Kitchener, but 22, 23 degrees for the next several days. And what we're focusing on is Tropical Storm Bertha and the potential path or track it could take. A quick note about Hurricane Iselle. It's a major hurricane at this point in time. It's moving away from land, but could have an impact, stormier conditions in Hawaii by later this week. So we'll keep an eye on Hurricane Iselle, but it's really Tropical Storm Bertha. You can see the track over the last day or so making its way past the Bahamas, past Florida, and the potential track our meteorologists believe it could take over the next several days. Now, there is some indication that it could be organizing over the next few days, potentially strengthening by midweek into a weak Category 1 hurricane. You can see that we believe it will just likely stay offshore of Nova Scotia and Newfoundland, but as I mentioned, it's the outer bands that could have an impact. Storm surge, waves, any offshore interests could be impacted, heavy rain, strong winds, so it's still going to be a huge storm, a Wednesday, Thursday kind of timeline. Let's take a look at the different tracks it could take, and we'll bring this full screen for you to give you a better idea. But these these are different computer models or forecasting tools, and they're all having Bertha take a different track. The red line in particular, that's called the GFS. It's the American model, and you can see they still have it staying just offshore of St. John's, Newfoundland, but still the outer walls of the storm having an impact potentially Wednesday and Thursday. It's a huge story. We'll have more details on it coming up. In around Waterloo, that's where the heaviest amounts of rain fell, specifically at the UW, University of Waterloo. They saw about 60 millimeters of rain, and the potential is there once again on Monday to see these thunderstorms firing up through cottage country the first half of the day, and then here in southern Ontario, likely late afternoon, and then right through the night on Monday, we could see a passing shower or a thunderstorm. So the biggest threat lately has been heavy amounts of rain like we saw in Kitchener, but what Thank you, as always, Kasia, for that. And, of course, heavy rain will be the biggest threat with these thunderstorms. If you see one on Monday, not everyone is going to see a thunderstorm, but, of course, the potential is there as that cold front drifts south through cottage country and eventually here in the GTA, a thunderstorm could fire up with heavy rain and maybe even some small-sized hail. Don't go anywhere. Kim takes us around the world next.
This weather segment has been brought to you by Chips Ahoy!